What's going on, guys? So probably like 9:30. I should be taking a shower and going to bed, but just installed this oil catch can from Amazon. Got the little aluminum bracket. I just put a little angle on it and attached it to one of the lower bolts for the air filter housing, and use some of my own fasteners with Nylox. Got the 3/8 ID hose fittings on here. There's an option where you could just put a filter in the top and just have the inlet have, I guess, one side plug off. I don't know if you move this over here, whatever, and you just have a filter. That's fine too, but I want to actually take some of those nasty gases and recirculate them into the intake because, you know, I need all the fuel mileage I can get. This is the Evil Energy hose. Look at this, dude. Have you ever seen a hose packaged so nicely for $16? And the hose is nice quality too. I mean, it's even got their own little print on it, so this is made by them, assuming, unless they have some specialty hose printer. Yeah, fuel hose. So I'm gonna hook that up, run it to the top of the valve cover, obviously, PCV valve. Positive crankcase, yeah, PCV. Yeah, so the PCV valve is brand new. I just changed that out. I think the other one was probably okay, but it was old, and I had to use a heat gun on it to be able to get it out. So I put the heat gun on high, which is something I recommend. Don't use a torch, obviously, for fumes and whatever. Heat gun on there, heat that rubber up, pull the PCV out. Of course, the rubber grommet started to fail and come apart, so I had to use a pick to kind of fish it out, make sure it wouldn't drop down the side of the valve cover. If it did, no big deal. I need to actually change the gasket on that anyways. God, just nail the shit out of it. So here's a sticker from Evil Energy. It's fine. Change your logo. You can make it better. Use AI to make it better. Kind of boring. I can't say a whole lot. My logo's literally just the letter D and then the letter E kind of stacked on top of each other. Whatever. Simple. This is the hose that they gave me with. This is what they gave me with the catch can. This is like 2.5 feet of hose. That's enough to kind of get you from the valve cover to the catch can, and that's pretty much it. I ended up putting it over here. Initially I was planning on putting it on that side, and I might change it later, but I put it over here just because I was able to get it up a little bit higher. I think, I mean, it's not going to be easy by any means, but I think I can actually unscrew it right here and be able to dump it out when I need to. So it's got a little dipstick. I'll put a link in the description for this, but yeah, a little dipstick, pretty straightforward. I'm gonna connect all this, but I'm gonna fast forward it, put some music on top.
Sun's going down on this county fair. Dust on my boots, cold beer in the air. Then you walk by in that worn out tail. Lord have mercy, nearly dropped my drink. You, yeah. You take old Betty and a heart like you.
So I bought one of these from Harbor Freight. Yeah, so it is a zip tie puller. I've never used one of these. They're pretty handy. I don't really love this one in particular because it doesn't really cut it super flush like it should. I could probably modify it and make it work a little bit better, but it's fine. let's try it. I think this is the first time I'm actually using it on something instead of just playing with it. So I'm just doing these little pieces of hose here, just as little separators, little spacers. I might trim this hose a little bit tighter, get it to sit a little bit lower. Yeah, so the oil catch can, they say it's supposed to make things better. Yeah, so the oil catch can, they say it's supposed to make things better by removing the oil that would normally go into your intake and into your top side of your engine. Basically keeps all that gunk out of there. You know, I always thought that probably wasn't that bad to have a little bit of oil in there, but apparently it is extra bad. Oh yeah, zip tie puller. Right, so yeah, you just kind of slide it over the end and you just pull it and it pulls, and there's a tension adjustment. I want to make sure it doesn't pull too tight. There's a little number right in here. You can see there's a little hole right there. There's a number you can see through there. Right now it says number 2. I guess it goes all the way to number 1. Let's try 2. Let's see if it'll pop on 2. And it does. And it's nice and jagged and crappy, but it's fine. It works. So yeah, and something like this, fuel hose under the hood, you got one of these, I'd probably keep it on 3. Dude, check those out. I go to the gym, guys. Trying to look like Rob Dahm, except with way shittier cars. I'm using one of these little rubber hose trimmers from like Home Depot or whatever. Doesn't really matter. Let's take just a little bit off the end. Yeah, that's better. Put some hose clamps on it and maybe call it a day. Alright, my phone's about to die, but there you go. Pretty straightforward. Looks good. Let's see how it works. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the whole bottom, this has been sitting for a few hours, cooked dinner, everything. The whole bottom of this tank is coated in a thin layer of gasoline, and it's even started to drip. So I've been driving around for months, maybe even longer, with it doing this. I've got this putty, tank weld stuff. I'm gonna look at the packaging. I can tell you right now, whatever I'm doing is probably not the right way to do it. They probably want you to do it on a drain tank, no residue, no nothing coming out, but I'm gonna just roll out a piece and make it into a little baby pancake about this size, a little bit bigger than the actual spot weld, and do that 3 times. Got 3 places where it's leaking. Basically just clean it really good and then slap it on there as fast as I can and hopefully it holds. Okay, so the first thing it says to do is to roughen it up with some sandpaper just to make things quicker. I'm gonna use this angle grinder. Just kidding. You guys think I'm that stupid? Since it's gotten colder, it's not seeping as bad. That's probably why I didn't notice it as much when it was colder outside. 3 spot welds that are cracked. I wonder why that happened. It's like a manufacturer defect or something I did. What a piece of shit, you know? What the fuck kind of gas tank just leaks gas? A new one that's made in like 2023. Who the fuck is making gas tanks that leak gas out of the bottom? Look at this shit. You guys can see those wet spots, right? Little dark spots right there. It's kind of thinking about maybe trying to pull a vacuum on the gas tank. Oh, it's pulling a vacuum. Holy shit, it's working. Yeah, so pulling a vacuum, I got a little vacuum pump, manual vacuum pump that people use for like bleeding brakes and stuff like that. Got one of those a while ago, and it's really handy for stuff like this. So I should be able to pull vacuum, and what that'll do is keep the fuel from leaking out of those holes. So it'll keep, I can clean them, and then I can mush the putty on there, maybe keep the vacuum going for a little bit, and hopefully that holds. But I already lost vacuum, so I'll have to work really quick, or I'll do one at a time. So yeah, I'll probably just do one at a time. Let's just do that. Get this shit done so I can go to bed. So I'm pulling a little bit of a vacuum on it while I go wash my hands. Hopefully this works. We'll check it out in the morning. All right, it's time to go to work, but let's check the gas tank, see if it held up. Well, it looks pretty dry. Looks like it's holding up. Sweet. Well, we will give it a drive, and we'll check it when we get home. What's going on, guys? It's been a full 24 hours since I put the JB Weld tank weld on the tank. Let's take a look. It was pretty warm today. I checked it before I left work. It was in the upper 70s today, warmest day this year. And yeah, bone dry. This stuff works really well. It's not soft, no seeping through there. And of course, I might put a little bit of paint on them to protect them. Now, in my comments, somebody said, hey, you should take the tank out and fill it with water and braze it like a motorcycle tank. And that's definitely an option, and I might do something like that. This metal is super thin by the looks of it. I don't really want to TIG weld it either. So a replacement tank, I think, is like 170 bucks. Might do that. If anybody knows what size hose I would need for the filler neck, I need the large hose that goes from the actual filler neck down to the tank. Some websites have said 1.5 inch, some 1.75 inch, some 2 inch. I don't really know. I reached out on Facebook and got a whole lot of nothing. If anybody has any idea, drop a comment in the comment section below. Next step for the truck, I'm going to redo the steering linkage up front, tie rod ends, idler arm, pitman arm, all that's getting replaced with brand new parts. And it looks like my power steering gear, yeah, is leaking pretty bad. It might be a line, but it's looking like the power steering gear is leaking. This truck has given me a run for my money lately. After that, once I get all that steering stuff sorted out, I'm going to put some new tires on this thing, get everything lined up, and maybe continue working on the e-brake setup, which has not been working out well for me. I'm going to post a video on that. Thanks for watching.
Lord have mercy, nearly dropped my dream.